Today's indie game is Roguelight. I believe a pun off of rogue-like. It is an indie game, so this is probably going to be a quick look. This game actually has a bit of depth to it. So the point is, you're girl person, and the levels are very dark, and you have arrows. You use the arrow keys to move, you use Z to jump, and X draws your bow. So I'm going to try and shoot this lantern. Cool. So lanterns make light. Your arrows... Oops, I just wasted an arrow and landed on spikes. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant tactical maneuver there. So right now you can see it's dark. When I draw my bow, I pull out an arrow, so the arrow illuminates the things around it. You can pick up more arrows as you find them, along with health. As you can see, the light is shrinking around my arrow. So you can't just run around with a pulled arrow the entire time. Yeah, so you can light the lanterns and they'll stay lit forever. Your arrows will light the walls they hit, but will wind down just as if you were keeping them drawn back. So shooting things like lanterns and enemies, they spit out coins. Whenever you die, you can buy upgrades. I've been playing this game for a while, and I decided I would record after I got all of the upgrades that increased the amount of money I gained. Because those are not the most exciting upgrades. They don't make you stronger or give you new capabilities, but personally they're the ones I always have to go for first. So here we fall, and you're going through the levels. We're on level 2. I don't know what the level... I don't pay too much attention to the levels. Frequently I die by running out of arrows, not having light, and I'm blundering into a sea of spikes. So that I think the lowest I am conscious of having gone to is 5. I don't know how accurate that is. Did you see how skillful that shot was? I hit 2 lanterns with 1 arrow. Dang, I'm good. So good at roguelite. Oh gosh. And also, in my experience, all enemies die to 1 arrow. And it pierces and bounces until it hits a wall. It doesn't bounce off enemies, it pierces enemies, bounces off lanterns. Gosh dang it. Oh, I shot you, you cad. You may have noticed that, occasionally I shoot 2 arrows at the same time. That's because, so, as I mentioned, you buy upgrades. Your money that you accrue does not roll over from game to game. So, if you have the money, you have to spend it. Otherwise it just disappears. This means, when I've accumulated money that buys, an upgrade, and has money left over, I've bought other upgrades. Long story short, I've bought upgrades that give me a percentage chance to, shoot 2 arrows. Here we can see we have the health column. These all give +1 HP. I only have 1 of these bought. This is the defense, column. I've got -1 damage from enemies, +1 jump height, and -1 damage from spikes. I don't have enough for +1 jump height. That's probably what I would have gone for here if I had enough money. A double jump would be friggin' amazing. So, yeah. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple more plays, maybe or so, and then I'm just going to grind out for these last things, at least for that will-o-the-wisp. I really want to see what that is, so I want to show you guys that. I want to see what it is, and I figured I might as well show you, is the point. So, yeah, so this is all +1 coin from lanterns, +1 coin from enemies, +1 coin from lanterns, +10 starting coins, +1 coins from lanterns, and +1 coin from enemies. This is the... these 3 trees are kind of interesting. Well, I guess most of the trees are kind of interesting, but a lot of them alternate in the bonuses. So for example, so this one is a... every other one increases your chance to not consume an arrow when you fire, and the other ones are an increased % chance to shoot an additional arrow for free. This one is +1 arrow speed, which I really don't care about, but it alternates with +1 arrow brightness, and I'm not 100% sure if that means it's brighter in terms of the radius being larger, or it's brighter in terms of it maintaining brightness longer. I believe it's probably the first one, but I don't know that. And this one is just +1 arrows, which is always useful, because in that first level there's arrows everywhere and you can't pick them up because you could have an arrow cap. So I'm gonna buy... what can I afford? How about we go that? Not that. That was not a very good run for me. He says, trying to make himself seem like a more proficient gamer. I can only buy one thing. I can buy 2 health things, so I'm gonna do that to maximize my efficiency. And then, because this game's kind of indie, I have to, I haven't figured out the key to reset, so I have to close the game and start again. So I'll be right back in a second. Okay, we're back for Roguelight. So let's see if I can get, I already forgot how much money I needed to get the thing I wanted. What was the thing I wanted? I wanted to get the +1 jump. I believe that was a number in the 90s. I did not touch those spikes. I was very conscious of those spikes. And I assuredly did not touch them. I will kill you. Oh, or get hit by you, friggin' A. Ah, dang. I'm really noticing the extra HP though, and appreciative of it. Let's see if we can bounce this off and kill the spook. Nope. It was a valiant effort though, to be sure. Those spikes are the bane of my existence. I can never see them. So bad. So bad. We're already at 43 coins. Not too shabby. Of course we'll miss. I'm gonna hit those spikes on purpose to get those coins, because there's HP right there. So sometimes I do maneuvers like that, which may not be tactically smart. You will notice there are skulls hanging from the ceiling. I don't typically shoot those, because I think they only drop 1 coin. Double kill. And they don't provide light or anything, so I don't think it's worth the arrows. On the first level, you could probably make a case for it being worth the arrows, because there's arrows everywhere, but I still just don't do it. Part of the reason also being because it would probably take me an embarrassingly high number of arrows to purposefully hit the dangling skulls. This game is kind of randomly generated. I mean, I'm pretty dang sure it's not the same every time. If it is, I'm gonna be very embarrassed, because that means I'm very, very slow. But, there are definitely, like, construct patterns that are common. Which will help, as you play the game more, because you can go without light, because you'll know kind of what's going on. I don't know if that holds true for spike locations, but I have noticed certain, just little, like, staircase-like constructs. Where am I even going? We're trying to find the drop-down, obviously, but I'm trying to figure out where I haven't been. Let's try then take the high road. This looks promising. There's enemies. Enemy. Give me all your goods. I'm gonna shoot you. Actually, I'm gonna jump and shoot. I don't have a strong inherent knowledge of quite how severe the drop-off is. I mean drop-off of the arrows, not me falling. So I'm gonna go left. I think it's left. Left is a good way to go, says I. If I had light, I could do things. So here, in situations like this, where it's really dark, it's sometimes a decent idea to fire an arrow and just pull a new one out just to get light. I mean, it's a waste of an arrow and it sucks, but that is the risk you get from running around by drawing your arrow prematurely. And I'm really bad at that. It's a reflex right now, where as soon as I fire an arrow, I'm immediately... Basically, I walk around holding down the draw arrow key, and then immediately press it back down again after firing. And that, I do not think, is how a smart player would do this. I can't really walk from those spikes twice. That is humiliating. What, 104? I believe I only needed 90. So here, because theoretically, if I know the exact number of the thing I want, I should just kill myself and buy it. Because the odds of me getting enough money for 2 things is pretty dang low at this stage in the game, where everything is so expensive. We're just gonna burn all our arrows like an idiot, and step on spikes. But that's fine, because we just want to buy our thing anyway. We're only on level 2, so there are plenty of resources. This game, I think, does a very good job of increasing the difficulty, or just the way things scale with level. I think it ramps at a very nice pace, which is not as common as one might think. Any bad guys? We're gonna fall. Fall, fall, fall. Oh, level 3. Yeah, and this is kind of why I'm pretty sure it's random, because I do not have a grasp of how big levels are, so I'm pretty sure it's kind of random. You'll notice this situation a lot with the two things that you can shoot from the inside to hit both. And hit, and can we hit all 3? Nope, just 2. 2, I'll take 2. Any day. Totally, so many coins! Did it. I did it. I'm so good with the arrow. I'm a regular... I don't know. Who's the go-to archer now? Is it Hawkeye? Is it Katniss? Is it Meredith? Is it Legolas? I think Legolas is out by now. I don't know. There should be an archery off. I sure hope it's not Hawkeye. I am not overly fond of Hawkeye. I liked Hawkeye when he was played by... not played by, there was a series of comics shortly after the Civil War called Dark Reign, where a bunch of bad guys were masquerading as the Avengers, and so the person who's pretending to be Hawkeye was actually Bullseye. So that was actually pretty cool, because he was just throwing arrows into people, and his arrows had this nasty back hook on them, so you couldn't pull them out. I'm so lost and low on HP, I'm gonna die any second. That's me. I made it. I did it! I'm too young to die. You wouldn't shoot me, would you? I'm just a poor little girl with a deadly bow and arrow. You couldn't bring yourself to harm a hair on my head, could you? Oh, you could. Very, very easily, you say. Oh, well. In that case, I implore you. See, that's a situation. I get lost in this one. I remember being lost in this pattern for a long time without light. That's a situation where double jumps would be nice. Oh, I'm full on arrows. Boo to the yeah, to the yeah, to the boo. Oh, I was hoping the drop off for the level would be right there. It's way over somewhere else. There's bad guys. I need HP. Badly. The blue wizard needs food badly. Oh yeah, H to the P. Now we don't. I mean, we could use more. I'm not gonna turn down more HP if you choose to offer it, game, but I'm not in the direst of straits anymore. So this is backtracking. Ow. Ow. Maybe it's not as backtrack as I thought. I did it. And a poof. Back down to dire straits, of course. Leave me alone. Poof. Haha, I like them apples. 200 coins. This is the most coins I've ever had in my inventory at one time. Is there gonna be HP down here? Or just certain death? Just certain death, of course. How silly of me to think anything else. Okay. We are going to buy +1 jump height. And we don't have enough for the double jump with the angel wings. So we're gonna buy... Let's buy... Oh, I'm 3 shy. 3 shy! Okay, so I could buy 85, which would leave me with 15 plus 7 is 22. 70 would leave me with 37. I don't think... Yeah, these are the cheapest things. Okay, so I can only buy one thing. Confirmed. Let's go with... the most expensive thing, I guess. Which would be... this one. The +1 arrow brightness. Okay. I think I'm going to cut it here. And so, play for... Oh, I don't know how long it's going to take me. I need to get 145 and 200. I don't know. Call it an hour. We'll call it an hour. I'll let you know how long it took. I'm going to cut it here, and next time you see me, we'll be seeing what the mysterious will-o-the-wisp actually does. I have done it! It only took me about 3 runs, so that was pretty efficient. I have no idea how deep I got. I deliberately tried to look, but because of my habit of holding down on the arrows, by the time I landed in any place, there's just no light to be had. No light to be had. So that little thing following me is presumably the will-o-the-wisp. So it looks like a little thing that just provides some extra light when all is dark and hope is lost. So I don't know why they couldn't just tell us that. I mean, that's pretty much what I guessed it would do, given its name. But I'm slightly underwhelmed. Oh well, so this is Roguelight. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow in, well, Child of Light, of course, but also whatever else I happen to have found on the interwebs that is cheap/free/catching my interest, etc. Goodbye.